Peter Leides with you again. Today is Wednesday, August 14th. We did an update yesterday and showed you an upside projection, and it looked like it might be confirmed actually by another projection, a slightly longer one, to around the same level. But we also warned you yesterday. Remember, this is yesterday's bar right here. This was the tentative projection that we had for yesterday. We needed to remain, however, above the red and blue lines. We pointed that out yesterday and said that if indeed we moved below both the red and blue lines, that would invalidate the projection. Well, lo and behold, you can see what happened today. A big down day, a very big down day, and here's the midpoint of the bar today going below both the red and the blue lines. When it did that, in fact, along with invalidating this upside projection, it gave its own short-term downside projection, calling for a move to between 28.33 and 28.57.58. And we already hit that today. We moved into that territory really quickly today. So there's no new information to be gleaned from this chart. Let's go through the charts the longer charts than that nominal 10-day. This is the nominal 20-day projection. Now, this is interesting. Remember, if you saw yesterday's update, we closed right here yesterday. It looked like a lead pipe cinch that we had the ability to go right through here, even if we had a sideways day, and cross above both the red and the blue lines. Of course, that never happened. Not only did it not happen, but it's amazing how closely today's median line was in line with the offset line, showing you how these offset lines seem to be aware of what's going on in the market and what needs to be done to give upside projections. That did not occur today. But there's no new information here either, because there's no projection given one way or the other. Let's go out to what we call the nominal 5-week projection. This, as you recall, we looked at yesterday and said we could get a projection up to around the 3,000 level over the next day or two from yesterday, 1, 2, 3, right up in here, that would not have given higher projections. That's not, of course, what happened today. Indeed, we headed to the downside. So there's no new information from this chart. There are no new projections generated on the nominal 5-week projection chart. The next one is the nominal 10-week projection chart. By the way, looking back at these accurate projections, this one almost caught this exact low here. This upside projection was the one that was hit over the last couple of weeks up in this territory. And then we got a downside that was hit exactly on this first move down. That downside, by the way, is still in effect. And so today is in the process of maybe a double bottom. We did close lower than this close a week and a half ago. But this is an area that has to be watched closely because we're still in the area of this downside projection. So no new information here, simply the information that this projection area here has been reached again. Let's go out to the next longer projection. Here's where it gets interesting. Notice where we are in relation to these longer term offsets. This is where we closed today, right in this area, right here at 2840.60 in the S&P cash. Now, a bar, the midpoint of a bar below this red line tomorrow will give a preliminary downside projection, and it should be a significant one too. It would only be preliminary because in order to confirm a projection, you need to go below both the red and the blue bars. So we are in a very important territory here. We're in a position where we could give significantly lower projections. So it's something that we'll be watching closely. Let's take a look out at slightly longer projections here too to see where we stand. We still have this projection up here, and we don't have the data. Well, actually, we do have the data here. Let's go back here and take a look at it. In order to invalidate this upside projection, which is well above 3150 up to as high as 3330, you need to get below the red and blue lines here. And you can see how very close we are. So two things would now happen if we went below the red and blue offset lines. Number one, you would invalidate this upside projection. all the way up to 3150, which would be a very important invalidation. And number two, you would generate new downside projections by measuring from the high prior to the cross where the lines get crossed here and giving downside projections in this territory here. So the market's at a very interesting juncture. That's it for now. Keep following these updates. We'll try to keep you posted as we go along.